Very good morning, cadets. Today, let us discuss the question and answers related to the chapter 1, that is democracy in the contemporary world. Cadets, your examination PT1 is scheduled from 2nd of August, that is next week. So study well, because your class 9th marks is very important. Internal assessment matters a lot in the finalization of your result of class 9th. So take care, study well. So today let us discuss the question and answers related to chapter number 1, that is democracy in the contemporary world. Question 1. Which of the following does not lead to the spread of democracy? Struggle by the people, invasion by the foreign countries, end of colonialism, people's desire for freedom. Answer is invasion by the foreign countries. Question number 2. Which of the following statement is true about today's world? A. Monarchy is a form of government has vanished. B. The relationship between different countries has become more democratic than ever before. C. In more and more countries, rulers are being elected by the people. D. There are more military dictators in the world. So what is the answer? Answer is in more and more countries, rulers are being elected by the people. That means majority are the democratic nations. Question number 3. Use one of the following statements to complete the sentence. Democracy in the international organization requires that the rich country should have a greater say. B. Countries should have a say according to their military power. C. Countries should be treated with the respect in proportion of their population. D. All countries in the world should be treated equally. So what is very important to become a democratic organization? What is important is that country should be democratic. That is, all countries in the world should be treated equal. Question number 4. Based on the information given in the chapter, match the following countries and the path democracy has taken in that country. Chile, Nepal, Poland, Ghana. Path to the democracy. Answer is A, that is 2. That is Chile. What happened in Chile? That is end of military dictatorship. And what happened in Nepal? King agreed to give up his powers. What happened in Poland? End of one party rule. What happened in Ghana? Freedom from British colonial rule. So A 2, B 4, C 3, D 1. Question number 5. What are the difficulties people face in a non-democratic country? Answer. People face various difficulties in a non-democratic country, as we seen in case of Chile, Myanmar, Ghana, Pakistan, Poland, Nepal, etc. In a non-democratic countries, the people have no security of life. For example, in Chile, thousands of people were killed by military rulers. People are not free to express their opinions. Criticizing the government or rulers in a non-democratic country would lead to severe punishments. There is no freedom for the people either to elect their government or to be elected. Even if they find any government or rulers not to their benefits or well-being, they cannot change it since there is no election. In non-democratic countries, no opposition parties or opposition leader is tolerated. We have seen in case of Poland, during regime of non-democratic government, the workers are not allowed to form their independent trade union. Only such unions can survive which rightly or wrongly supported by the policies of the government. Continuing the answer, in absence of a democratic government, there is no socio-economic equality. Societies in such countries remain divided among privileged and non-privileged class. Which result in corruption in every department of the government. Ordinary people cannot aspire for any post. People are always at the mercy of autocratic ruler or a dictator. Question number 6. Which freedom are usually taken away when a democracy is overthrown by military? Freedoms denied to the people when a democracy is overthrown by the military. There are so many. In 1973, a military rule in a non-democratic government was established by Chile by General Augusto Pinochet. While in Poland, there was no democratic government led by General Jaruzelski before 1989. We have seen people were denied many of their freedom when they did not have democracies. For example, the people had no right to freedom of speech as was the case with the women of Calama in Chile. The people had no right to form association or trade unions as was the case of workers like crane operators and an electrician in Poland. In Poland, thousands of Solidarity members were put in prison, freedom to organize, protest, and express opinions were taken away. In Chile, more than 3,000 people were killed by the military. The life of people was at the mercy of a ruler. The people had no right to have free elections, as in the case of Poland before and the dawn of democracy was there. Continuing it was because of the above reason no freedom of expression, no freedom of forming their own trade union, no right to have free election, socio-economic inequality and lack of security of life, that the people liked to have change in their dictatorial government. Question number 7. Which of the following position can contribute to democracy at global level? Give reason for your answer in each case. My country gives more money to international institutions, therefore I want to be treated with more respect and exercise more power. My country may be small or poor, but my voice must be heard with equal respect because these decisions will affect my country. Wealthy nations will have greater say in international affairs. They cannot let their interests suffer just because they are outnumbered by poor nations. Outnumbered means less in number. Big countries like India must have a greater say in international organizations. What is the answer to the question? If a country gives more money to international institutions and its citizens want more respect and more power, it would not contribute to democracy at global level. Every country and its citizens enjoy equal status, whether it's poor or a rich country. Equality is the basic principle of democracy. If any country is small or poor, but its citizens are treated equally and their voice is heard with the equal respect, it will promote equality and freedom of expression. If this is done at the global level, then this will definitely contribute to democracy at global level. Because of these facts, that we can say that the position is nearer to democracy. The third position would not lead to democracy at a global level, because there should be no distinction between the rich nation and the poor nation. Otherwise, it will not help in bringing socio-economic equality, which is one of the important aspects of democracy. At the global level, all countries, whether poor or rich, should be treated at par with each other. Fourth, the last. The position would not contribute democracy at global level because the sizes or geographical area of country should not be a condition of superiority. However, in my opinion, an international organization like UN General Assembly should become like World Parliament with the representatives of each country in proportion to the population of the country. Further study. So, question and answers related to chapter number 1. The second question, third question, fourth, question number 5, so here you can also explain in your own words related to the difficulties faced by the non-democratic countries. You can refer several autocratic countries where the dictator is controlling the nation without providing any freedom to the people, where the people are not allowed to form an organization or any kind of providing leadership in a political or in a trade union format. Apart from that, you can also explain the example like what we explained in Ghana, Pakistan, Poland, Nepal, in case of Myanmar, in case of Aung San Suu Kyi, what happened to Aung San Suu Kyi, why the military dictators control the country. So you can explain in your own words. What is question number 6? That which freedom are usually taken away when a democracy is overthrown by military. So imagine a democratic country like Pakistan in the early stages. When Pakistan turned into military dictatorship under the leadership of General Pervez Musharraf, then first thing what they done, that is withdrawal of fundamental rights, the freedom. That is the first thing what they are doing. They will withdraw the freedom. Once the freedom is withdrawn, naturally the people are controlled by the government. So it explains about what are the common tasks which is taken by the government or by the military rule when democracy is overthrown by a military dictator. Question number 7 also explains which of the following question can contribute to democracy at the global level. Give reasons to your answer. What do you mean a global level? For example, we have international organization like United Nations organization. One of the branch of UNO is WHO, that is World Health Organization. Now when the whole world faced the pandemic of COVID, we know very well that pandemic COVID virus initially started spreading from China. What is the response of WHO towards China? What is the help given by WHO to the countries who suffered or still suffering because of the COVID disease? So we are going to clearly study that are these international organizations are they democratic? That means country like America, is the country like America, China, economically powerful countries are getting more say or all are getting equal treatment? That is what democracy in the international organization. Okay, so these are the question and answers related to chapter number 1. So please write down the question and answers. In the next video we will discuss the question and answers about chapter number 2, and after completion of chapter number 3 naturally the question and answers will be discussed, and of course by now you may be received the syllabus of class 9th after reduction of 30% syllabus by the CBSE because of the offline mode of class. Anyway, take care. Wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.